It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25. Let's go, baby.
Well, first opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers head out for their initial drive, and at the helm is their second-year quarterback now, the #1 overall pick from 2023, Bryce Young.
And he's certainly coming off a very tough rookie campaign, but he showed flashes of why he was the #1 overall pick. Now starting over in year 2 with a brand new coaching staff, I expect Bryce Young to show the world his talents in full.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Gets around him, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and a change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
He gets this one to Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. Young. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Carr to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Busts through the tackle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
He can do it all, can he? You can see the shake and bake, but he has some surprising power as well. And boy, is he consistent. 1,100 yards from scrimmage for the 7th straight season last year.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They run it again with Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw, Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And really burst onto the scene in his last year at South Carolina. 2nd in the SEC in receiving yards with 1,255. But you see the style. Explosive, physical. Tough matchup for any corner.
Young now from the 50. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Young to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now Young. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Throwing now is Carr. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Young. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Flushed out right. Dances by him. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 3. Young will set to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Young to throw it. He finds his man Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. That caught by Tremble. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here now, 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
To throw, it's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Snap comes at one, and it's Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Carr. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Two yards to go, 2nd down. Carr going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Carr now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Finding Alvin Kamara for the completion. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. But right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offense.
Touchdown, Saints! Juwan Johnson from 3 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now the point after, good by Groupie. And the lead is now 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. In motion left, that's Thielen. Here's Young from the shotgun.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle. Hubbard
Runs through the contact. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Young.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Panthers. Deontay Johnson, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw his Carr.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now a play fake. Carr.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's Carr.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away.
Escapes the defender.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So now Young and the Panthers
Down 21-17. A minute 24 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Young to throw. Able to find Thielen.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Now 2nd and 4. Here's Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.